Yo, what's up guys, Keeping It Chill here, and welcome to a discussion video. Today we're going to be discussing the latest Nintendo Direct that came out, and we're just going to be talking about it regarding, I guess, stuff that I liked about it, and what my overall thoughts about this Nintendo Direct was, because honestly, this was one of their better Nintendo Directs in my opinion, and I'll explain why. So, the reason I say this was one of the better Nintendo Directs, because there was a lot of actually good stuff that actually happened in this Direct. We'll get over stuff real quick about it soon, but honestly, there was a lot of good games regarding this Nintendo Direct. The first one being Pikmin 4, as it got announced last Nintendo Direct, and we had nothing about it other than the announcement about it. But now with this Nintendo Direct, it showed more about Pikmin 4. I don't know much about Pikmin in general, as I don't play the game like that, but any Pikmin fans and whatnot, it's cool to see that Pikmin kind of rising up, and kind of more games such as Pikmin getting into Switch. I believe we had Pikmin 3 Deluxe a couple of months ago, so that's kind of lit. And like I said, as someone who's not into Pikmin, it's cool to see the Pikmin fan base and whatnot kind of come back and see okay, that I guess Pikmin series is coming back, and people are enjoying the series. Is Pikmin really worth it though? Let me know, because like I said, I never played it, so I don't know much about it. But is it really worth it of a game? Because like I said, I never played it, but from what I'm hearing and whatnot, Pikmin seems to be really good, especially Pikmin 3 Deluxe, as I've seen a lot of people play it on Switch when it came out. And so it's kind of interesting to just see how a lot of people really enjoy it, and I kind of want to be interested in see if it's worth it or not. So regarding the gameplay wise, it does look pretty interesting and whatnot. Like I said, I don't know much about it, so I don't know specifically what's new. I want to say this is new also, this dog right here, because I don't think it was in the Pikmin series, but it looks like to be it looks like to be sort of remind me a Poochie sort of character from the Yoshi series, as he kind of is a dog, sort of like Yoshi, where he kind of helps you out in a way. So it kind of reminds me of that in a way, but that's just me ranting on and whatnot. Overall, this game looks pretty interesting, to say the least. And yeah, it looks pretty good. And that's only the start of it, so that's kind of surprising. So along with that, we have some just other stuff regarding Xenoblade, as a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles fans will be excited about that. There's an expansion pack for it for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. New characters and whatnot, if you're really interested in Xenoblade. It's crazy to believe that Xenoblade is getting a lot of love regarding it, as Xenoblade is really popular among probably the Nintendo community and whatnot. So it's kind of cool seeing Xenoblade get some love and whatnot, and DLC. And they talked about the Volume 3, Volume 4, and just DLC regarding it, so that's kind of cool. And along with this, we have Samba de Amigos. And I never played this game, but I've heard a lot of people talk about it, or a lot of people just mention it here and there. But it looks to be sort of reminds me of I guess sort of I don't know. It gives me just sort of a music. I feel there's a music game out there. I just don't remember the name, but it just might be sort of a music sort of game. Obviously, as it's basically what it's it's a dancing sort of game. And it kind of is fitting with the Switch, as just by the way the gameplay looks, it looks to be using maracas, and it makes sense, as the Switch can be really useful when it comes to using them with Joy-Cons, and just the way the gameplay looks, it looks interesting. Just these games overall just look really interesting, to say the least. I'm not going to play all of them, but just by the gameplay wise, it looks like a game that I can just be you know what, I could just try it once and maybe I'll somehow give it a shot. But it just looks interesting, looks cool. It looks like it's really useful for the Switch, as the character using maracas, and the Joy-Cons is basically kind of like that. And it's cool. Comes out summer 2023 if you're really interested. And it's from people from Sega, which is pretty awesome. Now, of course, we got some. Now with Nintendo Directs, it comes I guess a sleeper, and I guess let's call it, basically where it's Switch that I don't think no one's not going to be interested in. So, and I guess this is one of them, Fashion Dreamer. I mean, it's kind of cool, to say the least. I guess not really. It's basically just oh, pick the outfit that you match it, that you fit, that you like. it's kind of weird because I'm kind of am starting to get into a little bit of like outfits and fashion, so I guess it's kind of cool in a way. But I don't think I'm not gonna ever play this game. But I guess it's kind of like a sort of, I guess, connection. I guess since I'm kind of getting into like outfits and fashion and all that stuff. So I guess it's kind of interesting, but it's not really my sort of game. If you're into that game, I guess that's cool. I guess. Regardless, it's kind of interesting. And then we got Dead Cells. Not into. I don't play this game, but it kind of. I guess it's like It didn't really. I don't think it's like a DLC, but it's like kind of like an additional bonus, whereas it's like Castlevania stuff where you can see like Simon, Alucard, Dracula. So that's kind of cool, at least. And we got some stuff, like I said, sleepers, like sleeping, like certain games. I guess no one could talk about Tron. What was it called? Tron Identity. It looks cool. I remember. It's funny because a couple of years ago I watched the Tron movie a couple years back. I haven't finished it, but I kind of want to get back to it. As I think the movie, it's good. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, to say the least. I'm into I'm into people that I'm into like the future, like stuff and whatnot, like just like into like the future and all stuff. So I guess it's kind of cool, but regardless, looks interesting. And then we had a Ghost Trick, and I remember on Discord a lot of people were really excited about this on Switch. And is this really? I'm just wondering. Like I said, this is a game that's like really worth it, and it was really good at the time. And the fact that it's on Switch is kind of cool. I just want to know like why a lot of people are hyped about this on Ghost Trick. I guess kind of interesting, to say the least. And then we got Deca Police, and this look-y reminds me of I guess sort of like a cyberpunk type cop sort of like game, because it has like a sort of like neon futuristic, like I said, atmosphere, and I kind of like that sort of stuff regarding it. It also kind of reminds me of Tron a little bit as it's just like black, blue, and all that stuff, but it looks interesting, to say the least. I think when I first saw this, I was reminding myself it kind of reminds me of another game. Just reminded me of another game that I don't remember, but it's kind of interesting if you're into that. As well as some Bayonetta stuff if people are into Bayonetta. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's a lot of people that are into Bayonetta nowadays, as I think Bayonetta 3 is coming out. I don't remember, but I think Bayonetta 3 is out, or it's coming soon. I can't be like for sure about that. But there's a new Bayonetta game coming soon, Bayonetta Origins, and as someone who's not into Bayonetta, I guess it's kind of cool, but like I said, some of these games that I don't play, usually I would just be happy for the people who want it to be on Switch, and the fact that it's on Switch, it's kind of exciting, so that's kind of cool. But for people who into Bayonetta, there's a game coming out that's pretty exciting. And yeah, it comes out March 17th, and you can pre-order it now. Alright, so now we got, which I think is honestly really exciting, Splatoon 3. I literally did a live stream with a Q&A with playing the game with Splatfest, pretty cool. And we got DLC for it, which I was not expecting. I was kind of expecting, but I was really not expecting it very soon. Now, I was wondering what the DLC was, and once this happened, I was like, whoa, this is sick. If you guys haven't saw my reaction yesterday, you guys should check it out. But we're basically they're doing it in two waves. The first wave is we're going back to the Inkopolis from the first game. If you guys played the first Splatoon 1 game, you guys know the Inkopolis location. And this is so sick. I ain't gonna lie. This is really, really freaking cool. I remember growing up with Splatoon 1 when I was little. I really didn't mess with the online aspect in Splatoon 1 because I didn't have good enough internet in my Wii U, so I wasn't able to play online in Splatoon 1. But I do remember playing the story mode, and just like the overall location of it is pretty sick. And I remember having a good time in Splatoon 1, and it's pretty cool. And I'm really excited to see why are we going back to the first Splatoon 1? Is it just because of nostalgia base? Is it for storyline? Like, what's the point of going back to the first game? But it's interesting to say at least. And you can see Callie Marie and like these Splatfest stuff, which is pretty cool. And it's overall pretty lit. Along with that, we have also Second Wave, which it's like a sort of side story. They haven't revealed much about the Second Wave, but all we got was this little mini trailer that we have. I want to say it's called Side Story, but I want to say it's probably got to do with Marina, as well as probably story stuff aligned with her, because we haven't saw any storyline, I guess, related to Marina in a way. And it's called Side Order, which, you know, Chaos versus Order from the last Splatoon Splatfest, and Marina was in Order, so that could probably be a tie, most likely to Marina, and possibly maybe her being playable, maybe like how she got into the second game, because you can see the image. You see the image kind of is the second game, so maybe it's gonna show like her storyline beforehand she got into the second game, or meeting Pearl. So who knows? But all we know is probably most likely Maria's gonna be like something like a big role kind of related to it, because it shows a lot. And then we have some Disney stuff like Disney Illusion Island, and I'm not into it, but it sort of is interesting. I've seen just a little bit of people talking about it. I guess it's kind of interesting. And it's funny because I grew up. I'm pretty sure a lot of people grew up with Disney. Disney's cool. I never was into like Disney games like that, but this sort of aspect reminds me of them little like Disney like shorts when I was little. I forgot what it's called, but I think it's called like Disney Mickey Mouse, and it was just shorts of like Mickey Mouse like sort of cartoons and whatnot. And it was pretty funny, so I guess it's kind of cool just seeing like this again. It's kind of cool. And then we got Fire Emblem people who are into this. You get some DLC regarding Fire Emblem for like expansion pack wise, if you're into it. I'm pretty sure they have some characters here that are not only you recognize them in like Smash Bros and all that stuff. There's some characters you can kind of just recognize based off of Fire Emblem, like Camilla. I'm sorry I'm saying that wrong, but I think her, Chrom, and Robin were in Smash, so you kind of know like, oh, they're in Fire Emblem. So that's kind of, I guess, cool in a way. I thought, if anything, I don't know anything about Fire Emblem, as I honestly thought that Chrom and Robin were already in the Fire Emblem movie, because they're part of Fire Emblem. It makes sense, but I don't know anything about Fire Emblem, so don't hate me on that. And then, like I said, you got some just stuff like no one really talks about like that. Harmony. You got Octopath Traveler 2, which I thought, honestly, I thought this game already came out, so I'm surprised that it's still like getting like, I guess, released, because I thought it already came out, so that's kind of surprising, but kind of cool. We got the We Love Katamari series. That game, I remember a lot of people playing a little bit of the game, which is kind of interesting to see. Adding like Katamari gets some stuff. You got Sea Stars, you got Omega Strikers, E-Train Odyssey Origins, which is interesting. You got Advance Wars 1 and 2 that they announced a couple of months ago, which is pretty cool. And then we got some Kirby stuff with Kirby Return to Dreamland. And honestly, I think because they announced that the demo came out, or it got pre-ordered it pre-ordered today, or the demo, whatever. The demo got released today, so I'll probably make a maybe short video playing the demo, because the demo at least looks good enough to play. And I'm starting to get into Kirby, as a couple months ago, not even a couple months ago, but a couple weeks ago, I played Kirby's Forgotten Land, and Kirby Forgotten Land was such a really good game, and I kind of want to get back to it. So yeah, I guess along with Kirby Dreamland, they're bringing Magolor. If you guys know who he is from the Kirby series, and I'm not gonna get into it as I don't know much about Kirby, like I said, but it's kind of cool to seeing some stuff. And then this one, which I was not expecting, but this is cool. They're bringing Game Boy and Game Boy Advance to the Switch, which is really cool. I really am kind of excited for that. It's cool to see more of like old consoles coming to like Switch, as we have the NES, SNES, we have the N64 stuff online coming to Switch, which I don't mind. I don't mind it. It's kind of cool how we're getting stuff like expansion pack wise, like, oh, if you get the expansion pack, you get all these amazing stuff just for getting the expansion pack and the online in general. So that's pretty cool. You get the Game Boy, this Game Boy from just getting the online in general, and then you get the advanced one from getting the expansion pack. I still haven't gotten the expansion pack, but there's a lot of stuff from the expansion pack that I like that I kind of want to get. I just don't want to drop the God knows how much money it is for the expansion pack for it. But you get all these cool games if you want to play it for the Game Boy. You get Metroid 2, you get Wario Land 3, you get all the stuff from the Game Boy if you guys recognize this. Honestly, I might play this game, Wario Land 3, because this game actually looks so much fun. You know, of course, you got Kirby, the like old school Kirby from like the very first Kirby game. And of course, like I said, the Game Boy Advance is also going to be on the Switch, which is pretty cool. You got Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. That's a long title, by the way. Wario Ink Mega Micro Games is pretty cool. And I think probably the biggest one, you got Mario Kart Super Circuit, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I feel like Mario Kart Circuit is pretty forgettable. It's one of the forgettable Mario Kart games, in my opinion. And then we got Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. Now this was really cool. A lot of people are really excited for that, and I'm same here. I really was into the Mario Luigi series, as Mario Luigi RPG series was really good, and the fact that Mario Luigi Superstar Saga is coming to Switch, that's gonna be, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are playing that, so that's pretty cool. And of course, like similar to the other games, you can play this locally and online, which is cool. And also more stuff coming soon to the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance as always, so that's pretty exciting, and I'm honestly really excited for that. And then we got everyone this was, I wouldn't say this was leaked or this was talked about like a couple of years ago, but it finally got released to Switch. Metroid Prime, it got remastered and it was ported on Switch, and a lot of people are talking about this because this was talked about for so long about I think Metroid Prime coming to Switch, or remastered and coming to the Switch, and Nintendo's just been really silent about it, and they haven't said a word. But now they released it, and it's remastered on the Switch. I think it was recently on GameCube, so that's kind of cool. It kind of opens the doors actually for more GameCube games coming to the Switch, as we don't have much GameCube games, I feel like, coming to Switch. It would be really cool seeing, like, I don't know, Paper Mario. Maybe might do similar to like the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, where the GameCube stuff can come to like Nintendo Switch Online, or maybe like we could have, I don't know, like Paper Mario, Mario Kart Double Dash. That would be so sick. And a bunch of other like GameCube games and whatnot. But this is pretty cool. This is honestly pretty sick. I'm overall pretty excited about this. As someone who isn't into Metroid, because I still haven't like finished like Metroid Dread and all that stuff, and I want to get back to that game because that game is pretty cool. As someone that is kind of a little bit into Metroid like that, but not really, but it's cool to see Metroid get some love, and it's cool to say the least. And then we got, like I said, some stuff like, you know, talks about Master, the Detective Archive, Katos, like all these games that no one like cares about, Sandbox, Fantasy Life. I think this game, I saw someone react to this and they got pretty excited about this. Professor Layton. I don't know much about the game, but it's, I guess, kind of cool. And then this one, Mario Kart, because they got obviously waves and whatnot. So they decided to release one course, which is the Mario Kart 8 Boosted Course Packs, and I'm pretty excited about this. It's a Yoshi course. I'm gonna like it regardless, because Yoshi is pretty cool. One of my favorite Mario characters, and the fact that he's getting a new track, that's pretty awesome. But what really shocked me is that Birdo is coming to the game, and I was really shocked about that. I might make a video soon talking about like one of my like characters like coming to Mario Kart and like what are coming like soon, because I'm pretty surprised that characters are coming back, because I thought it was just going to be course pass, like just course in general. But now you can, like, returning characters can come back in Mario Kart, and I am pretty excited about that. This really opens the doors for more Mario Kart characters, and I'm pretty stoked to see, like, what is it going to be, like, new characters, is it going to be, like, returning characters, like, who's going to make a return and whatnot. And other than that, there's also, like, some mini stuff that they released, or that stuff that got talked about, just, like, an overall, like, collection about it, and and all this stuff. It's pretty, I guess, cool. They do like a little montage of it. And the final thing they released was The Legend of Zelda: Tears of Kingdom. And I need to get back to actually Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild is pretty fun in the game. I'm at the part, if you're curious, where you have to get where you got the glider. And I'm pretty sure that I'm like way behind, because the game is hella long, and the game I still enjoy this game. Don't get me wrong. I guess gotten really lazy when it comes to just playing games and just not getting back to it. But I need to get back to Zelda Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild is so much fun already, and even though I already just got the glider, it's only the start of it. I guess so. It's kind of cool. But just overall, just regardless of that, the gameplay of this looks pretty awesome. It just looks really good, actually. Now I'm looking at it. It looks pretty freaking good. I actually might try to see if I can finish Breath of the Wild before this game comes out, because it comes out pretty soon, I think. That's kind of cool, actually, with Link riding the car. It's kind of awesome. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. It comes out the 12th. Yeah, it comes out the May 12th, so that's pretty exciting this year. So a lot of people are gonna play that game, knowing damn well Breath of the Wild did good. So I'm pretty sure Tears of the Kingdom is gonna do really good. Pre-orders today. And that's basically it for the Nintendo Direct. Overall, I think this Direct did honestly really good. There's been like a lot of Directs where it's just been playing like trash or just but I think this honestly was one of the better Directs. You got a lot of stuff regarding the Breath of the Wild stuff, a lot of like solo like sort of games getting a lot of love, like Metroid, Pikmin, and all that stuff. You got Mario Kart stuff that they released, which is pretty awesome. You got the Game Boy stuff that has like cool like games coming out of it, and then just overall just like mini stuff that like a few to little people talk about, but it's cool to see on Switch. And overall, I think this was a pretty good Direct. It's one of their better Directs in my opinion. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this Direct. Overall, like I said, pretty cool. It's one of their better Directs in my opinion, but let me know your thoughts on it. But other than that, thanks so much for watching. If y'all like this, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.